Welcome back, everyone. So this is part two. I want to talk about the things that I've used to heal the two cavities in more detail today. So the first thing I want to touch on is diet. So I mentioned before about how important raw foods are and how effective they can be for our dental health. Um, so for me, what I would make sure I ate every day, I probably started this back in March, where Um, I started eating apples at lunchtime every day, and it wasn't something I did. Uh, I didn't sit back and plan it and say, "Well, this is what I'm going to do every day." It just sort of happened, and I really started to see positive results from doing that. Just stronger teeth, and then over time, I would incorporate other raw foods as well. I've always loved celery, so I made sure to eat the apples, the celery, of course, the carrots. Peppers are great too. If you do the raw food, for me personally, I like to have some of the raw foods that have some flavor to them. So the red peppers, the green peppers, the apples, the carrots. They may not have a lot of flavor, but you have some taste. So in terms of the raw foods that I eat, those are my favorites. There are great benefits to eating raw foods. So in terms of our dental health, you really get a higher level of saliva production. And this is really important. I've mentioned this in a previous video with the bacteria and the germs. This will help to cleanse our mouths, to clean the bacteria. And this is really important in between dental visits. So you have a typical 6-month gap between your dental visits. So you want to make sure you're eating the foods that will be most beneficial to your teeth and keep them strong and keep away the germs and the bacteria. So I definitely recommend lots of raw foods. The second thing I made sure to do was floss consistently. And that sounds strange, probably saying, well, that's the norm. It should be that way. But for me, it was something that I definitely neglected. And I think I paid for it with not just the two cavities over here, but over time, I had other cavities. And once I started doing it consistently, for me, it would be, I would say 2 days, twice a day. And I heard one expert mention a few years ago saying that at least every 2 days you should make sure you're flossing, but I make sure to do it daily. And I think that's the best way to go about it. Once in the morning, once in the evening. And I think that really helps in terms of strengthening our gums, keeping our teeth strong as well, helping it from the potential problems that we may have in terms of the gingivitis, and later on, the periodontal issues if we're not careful. And with the periodontal issues, we have the receding gums, you start having pockets, and there's bone loss. So just imagine neglecting flossing and having to deal with these issues later on. So I also made sure I actually did this is another thing that I did. Wasn't thinking about it, but using collagen powder. Really, collagen is great for lots of things. And the thing that I really like about it the most is it helps with bone health. And as I mentioned with periodontal issues, we can get loss of bone over time. And so the collagen powder is really great along with the foods that are rich in calcium with strengthening our bones and keeping them strong throughout the process, throughout the years. And I think it's something that we really don't see too much about it or hear too much about it, but it's definitely something that you can incorporate into your regimen. So I would highly recommend that. And I would also recommend, of course, the daily 2 to 3 times brushing, which I think we all do it in the morning, but if you're able to in the afternoons or evenings, that's always a plus to maintain the strength. So hope this helps. I will see you with the next video soon.